and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's going to use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's going to get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Sikenis is going to win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series Championship finale here from the Phoenix Raceway. As always, I'm your host, Joe Twansky, and tonight we're joined by special guest, the one and only Mr. Brian Voiles. Brian, I know you've been an integral part of us coming over here to Bomb Squad. We're so happy to have you in the booth here tonight. How you feeling, though? Is it this more nerve-wracking than driving the race car? Or maybe the nerves aren't as much knowing that you're not out there on the track going 130 miles per hour around this 1 mile joint?
Better than me trying to get behind that wheel out there, especially on a track like this. Man, I tell you what, it's absolutely an honor to be able to be up here in the booth with you tonight and help watch these guys go around and have a blast out there.
It's going to be a blast here tonight. Now, we already know who the champion is going to be. That's going to be that 103 car, Nelly. You know, unfortunately, he wasn't able to lock up second in the points last night in the Cup Series, but a champion nonetheless here in the Xfinity Series, although we do have a close battle for second. We'll talk about that throughout the night. Also a battle to finish inside the top 5 in points. Qualifying, drivers, getting ready to begin here. Drivers being called to their cars. And Brian, is qualifying, how important is it here at Phoenix?
Oh, you know it yourself. It's very important to qualify up front and try to stay out of the middle and the back, because on this track here, it's very easy for guys getting in the corner or in the middle or even coming off the corner to get loose and break loose right in front of a pack. So the closer up front you can be and stay out of the pack, I think the better off you'll be.
And we saw last night in the Cup Series race. Now, we know the Truck Series race that ran here on Wednesday was a crazy, hectic one filled with cautions, kind of like the actual Truck Series. But last night we saw a relatively clean race. We run the same physics here tonight. We run those CTS physics with the Xfinity Series here at Bomb Squad. Does that lend itself to those cautions? Or because, you know, we were talking about it before the show, how these cars, they're maybe a little more stable. Why do you think that there's more incidents when we go down to these CTS physics?
I just think that the guys loosen them up so much more because they do feel a lot more comfortable than the Cup cars. You can get back in the throttle a little bit, and I think they loosen them up and get them so close to the edge that if you just miss your line just a little bit or an entry or an exit, I mean, them things will step out on you in a heartbeat, and there's nothing you can do except hang on for the ride.
That's right. No one wants to take here tonight. We saw one guy spin out down here in turns. What it was 1 and 2, is 1 and 2 tonight, with these grandstands off to your left. What set of corners is more treacherous? Because this track, it's asymmetrical, right? You got the banking down in 1 and 2, the flat 3 and 4. For you, or maybe for these drivers, if it's not the same, what's the most treacherous corner here at Phoenix?
For me, it's 1 and 2. Now, 3 and 4, I can kind of just float the car through 3 and 4 and carry good speed. But I have a heck of a time getting in and getting off of 1 and 2. It's always given me a problem.
Yeah, 1 and 2, too. What we saw last night was the guys really loose off of 1 and 2. And we saw a little bit of, the little shake, little dance off of 3 and 4. But 1 and 2, we really saw guys getting loose through the center of the corner, that banking down there. You kind of it's a give and take, right? It's kind of it's a little bit like Darlington almost. With you have the two separate corners that have the big distinction about your entries, your exits, as qualifying coming close to the end. It's going to be important to watch where these drivers, where they do the trade-off here tonight. And folks, it's important that you're watching here tonight. Can't thank you enough for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the video and subscribe. You don't want to miss a second of any of the action right here on JTN. 125 laps here tonight, qualifying in the books. I see some familiar faces up front. Brian, do us the honor. Take us through tonight's starting lineup.
All right. Grabbing the pole tonight, Mr. Brandon Hawkins with a 27.624. On his outside, the 029 of BSR Kilojoules. In the second row, you got BSR Keith McDaddy. To his outside, in the fourth position, the 088 BSR Greg Lovell. Starting in row 3, the 199 of Mike Coulomb. To his outside, the number 66 BSR Kerry Scott. And you have the number 4 BSR Silver Bullet. And the number 8, or I'm sorry, the number 103 Nelly to his outside. Then you got in row 5, you've got 144 BSR Magoo. To his outside, number 81 T Hudson. In row 6, you got the 114 BSR Eli, 114. To his outside, you got the number 32 of Bo Slatton. Then you got the number 19 BSR Perko. To his outside, you got 54 Robbie Nieces. Then you have the 028 of Monty Carroll. And the number 86 of Andrew Miller. And starting on the back, row 10. I'm sorry, row 10. You have the number 49 of BSR Brain Fade and the number 98 of BSR Jason Casado.
That 20 entries tonight?
That is 20 entries. How about that?
How about that? Sending this season off on a good note here from Phoenix. And folks, remember, if you want to find out more about Bomb Squad Racing, you can head on over to their site. We got it linked in the description below, but if you want to make your life a little bit harder, you can type in bombsquadracing.net. Head on over there to find out more about how you can race with the boys here at Bomb Squad Racing. Again, 125 laps tonight. We saw this 99 to Brandon Hawk, and of course it was the Cup Series cars last night. A little less horsepower here tonight. Dominate the race. 124 of 125 laps led. You gotta think that someone's gonna rise to the occasion tonight after the stink show that he put on these guys last night.
I would just about bet you that KJ went to work today and he has been tuning on that setup because he really wanted a three-peat this weekend, and with Brandon taking it last night, you just about bet you KJ's going to be all over him.
What's his fascination with Phoenix, do you know?
He's just got Phoenix is one of his favorite tracks. He's got it dialed in, and for some reason last night he was just a little bit off on the setup and just never could recover and get it where he wanted it. But KJ just absolutely loves the Phoenix track.
I think part of what we saw last night too, I mean, he qualified up front, but when we were going through that lap traffic, he had difficulties going through, trying to get past those lap cars when he was trying to run Brandon down for the lead. How hard is lap traffic here at Phoenix? Because last night it seemed like it was pulling teeth for a lot of those leaders.
Yeah, it is. Phoenix is a hard track to pass on. I mean, you really got to have a good run coming off the corner or get under or beat somebody in and be able to hold it down there. But KJ runs his car so loose, and if he has to get in the brake or jump off the throttle, especially working traffic, you know, it's already a handful out in the open, clean air, and if he has to get in traffic, then he's really got his work cut out for him.
We're acting like it's going to be the Hawken and KJ's show, but this guy right here, old Mac Daddy in the 28, He was up there last night, finished up inside that top 3. We know that he worked, he and KJ obviously work closely together. Do you think maybe there's a little bit of, I don't know, disrespect maybe felt down in the pit stall of the 28? Because we're talking about those other 2 guys, and, well, he's always been right there with them this year.
You never count KJ out. Mac Daddy out. You never count him out. At any track you go to, he is always fast. And for some reason or another, either he is spot on and really got that car hummed up and getting it, or he has a bad night. But if he's on and he's got his game on and everything and his mindset, he's as liable to win the race as any car around.
All right, folks, this was your race preview presented by our friends at CircleBDiecast.com. Use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. Circle B Diecast is your home for all your diecast-related needs. Racing memorabilia, they got it all. Dirt car diecast even. Go check them out now, CircleBDiecast.com. JTN at checkout, free shipping. Order of $20 or more. All right, well, we've talked about the race in general, but we also have a points battle going on tonight for second in the points. Right now, holding down that spot's Brain Fade. 1 point ahead of Terry Scott. If you had to make a pick right now, Brian, who do you think is going to end up finishing second in the points?
I love both of them guys to death. They're just like brothers to me. But I know Brain Fade, and he lays back quite a bit and doesn't push it near as hard. I'll probably expect him to do it put a lot more into it tonight than he would any other night. But Terry Scott's always good on these tracks too. So that's going to be a toss-up, man.
I like it. You did the smart announcer thing. You kind of made a pick, but you didn't. You know what I mean? You left him wondering at home. See, folks, you step into the JTN booth and you just got it. You just got the broadcasting thing. It's just bam, bada bing, bada boom. It rubs off. But
well, the thing is, man, I got to race against these guys at some point, so I don't need to anything down there.
You gotta make sure they don't run you out rough later on or going into next year, I guess, now in the off season. But field rolling off again. At front row, it's Brandon Hawken in the 99, the 029 KJ Kilojoules. Row 2's old Mac Daddy in the 28, and Greg Lovell in that 088. Then it's going to be Mike Coulong and 66 Terry Scott. Silver Bullet. And the 103 Anelli making up row number 4. Rounding out your top 10 tonight's going to be Magoo in the 144. And that 81 of Tim Huston. Got a field of 20 here tonight for the season finale for the Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series. Can't thank you enough for joining us here tonight. We know you got a bunch of great options, great things that you can do on a Friday night, but you chose the best thing. You're right here, youtube.com/JoeTowNetwork. Field makes their way through turns 3 and 4 for the final time this year to start one of these races. Pace car is off. Down into the start zone we go. Green flag, we're underway for the final time here in 2021.
Looks like KJ got him a big jump there on the start of it tonight.
Good start for that 029 of KJ. He's out to about a car length lead on Brandon Hawken. Battle for second there for a moment. Mac Daddy, though, he gets that spot.
So far, it looks like all the guys are in the corners very cautiously, just trying to get some laps, get them tires heated up before they actually get the race.
How big of a deal is that tire heat?
Oh, it's a great big deal. Yeah, you push them too hard, too early, you'll burn them tires up in about 4 or 5 laps. You don't have anything.
Ray making a pass there on the 32. Monty Keller to the inside of Furco. Andrew Miller in tow.
Yeah, we got about 5 or 6 guys back here in the back running too wide there. The Monty Keller, Eli, some of them boys back here having them a blast.
You know, all the best racing's always at the back, because the guys up front, they just, you know, they just drive in that single file line, they just freight train around here, and these guys back here, they know every position's so important.
Yeah, you got Brain Face back here in the back. He's trying to work his way up through traffic now. He's all Nelly on through there and got the sight set on moving forward.
He's gotten out of that mess and now sets his sights on Andrew Miller in the 86. Back up front, though, it's Brandon Hawk, and he's kind of closing the gap on that 029 car, but the top four are really all underneath a blanket.
Yeah, them guys are having fun right now. Their tires are starting to warm up a little bit, starting to get a little grip, a little heat in them, work that wheel a little bit. Them boys is having a blast.
Heads up, that lap counter. We just gotta wait for that first yellow to get that fixed for you folks at home. So we're just early on in this race, though. You're watching a great one up front. We saw last night, Hawken in this 99, he wasn't strong on the short runs. That's really where KJ, Keith MC, these guys, they kind of had him on that short run. But over the course of a long run, the 99 was just able to kind of start gapping those guys, just more consistent lap times. If you're KJ, if you're Keith right now, and you see you're right there with him, are you maybe a little bit worried that you still don't have that long run speed?
I think as long as they keep him in the mirror and they just run their pace and don't burn them up and make him chase them, I think they'll be just fine.
Just have to keep him in sight.
Just keep him in sight. That's it.
I'm telling you, I hated racing against Brandon Hawken, because you think you got him beat, and then all of a sudden you pull something out of that hat of his.
Brandon is one of the best that I've seen around. He's always smooth. You don't see him get out of shape or do anything wild or crazy. He is just consistently, every lap after lap, up on that wheel, hitting his marks, making sure he's not running in too hard, or, you know, tries not to put himself in a bad situation in traffic. I've seen him several times back out, wait a lap, and work the car he's trying to get around, you know, get a better spot to make the clean pass.
And he always sent it to the inside of me. Almost like you guys over here a little bit more.
Joe, you gotta consider.
What do I gotta consider? I don't think he likes me.
Oh, I bet he likes you just fine. You just made it too easy for him.
Yeah, probably that too. A little bit of that. Top three, they've broken away from Lovell in that 088 Midnight Moon Chevrolet.
Yeah, I believe KJ's already starting to get a little bit loose on exit there. He's got his hands full. Got Brandon on his tail.
Right now, too, you're in that feeling out phase of the race, right? You're just kind of trying to figure out what these guys around you have.
Yeah. Yeah, you're still, you know, playing with each other. Maybe a little peekaboo in the mirror or something like that. They'll just wait and ride. It's a long race, and if you go in there and push it too hard to start, wind up wrecking your car or something, you're not going to have much of a chance at the end. So right now, they just kind of ride along, kind of feeling things out, wait till that green flag pit stop, you know, maybe make a little adjustment, make the car just a little bit better.
Oh, KJ, buddy.
I'm telling you.
You weren't wrong. He's loose.
I told you, he was getting a little loose already. Brandon's all over him. He's got his attention, I promise you. But Matt Daddy's sitting there in third. He's waiting on him, man. He's ready to pounce.
Just tiptoeing it right now, coming off a turn 4. My goodness. backwards single file throughout the field. 49 brain fade. You talked about it early a lot. You said it. Conservative a lot of the time. He's running towards the back. Not what he needs right now to try to finish second in the points here in 2021.
Now, right now, Terry Scott running 6, and he's in 14. So he's got a lot of track to make up to get close up there to Terry if he's going to take a chance on keeping that second place and not let Terry take it away from him. But Brain's always been conservative, you know. But you wait till the very end of the race. Most likely, there'll be some few cautions. They'll get bunched back up. At the end of the race, you'll see Brain up there close.
A lot of single file. 103 and Nelly for silver bullet. They've kind of closed the gap here on old Terry Scott in that 66. Everyone's just minding their P's and Q's as we're under yellow for the first time tonight. 81 around on the front straightaway.
Yes, he is.
Get your replay. Just a little single car blooper here.
Yeah, just got a little stepped out on him a little bit. Got away from him, but don't look like he hurt or hit anything. You go in there and get him some fresh Goodyears and a little Sunoco fuel, and he'll be ready to ride again.
He destroyed that pit wall.
Oh, he did? I missed that one.
Got up in the marbles, and man, oh man, this hit. Watch this again, coming off of turn number 4. Keller does a good job of avoiding him, but bam, perpendicular into that wall. Not a good way, especially in the motor damage on the front end. We always talk about it. Motor damage can be killer, even at one of these shorter tracks.
Oh yeah, he sure did. He nailed that sucker with that nose. He's probably gonna be hurt.
Well, folks,
most of the leaders come in for pits. Looks like we got 4 of them stayed out.
we'll catch the battle off the pit lane. We'll step away after we get those results coming off the pit lane so we can get that lap score fixed for you. So watching these pit stops down here. Something a little cheeky there. Brandon Hawken, he couldn't get into his stall because of KJ being in his, he's in his pit stall, and that's going to affect the exit for the 029. Braden Hawken wins the race off pit road.
Oh, yeah.
Just little games, just the little games you got to play.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
Well, while we run under caution here, we're going to take a quick moment to step away so we can get that lap counter fixed for you. We'll be right. And we're back here getting the cameras all loaded back up. But, Brian, we saw Hawken able to get the lead off the pit lane. What does he have to do here on this restart to maintain that lead like he couldn't do on the initial start to the race?
Just get a little bit better start than he got last time because, whenever that green flag failed, KJ was all over it. So we'll see what happens on this next start. Brain fade did stay out lead lap. He got that 1 extra point, so now he's got 2 of them.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Of course, he's going in the pit now, so that'll put him back at the back. But you just have to watch Brain. He's been doing this for years. He's pretty smart about what he's got to do to get where he wants to be in them points.
That lap counter is correct. We're going to go back green flag racing next time by. It's going to be Brandon Hawken and BSR Kilojoules on road number 1. Then it's Greg Lovell and old Mac Daddy Keith Dempsey. Road 2. Road 3 is going to be Mike Coulong and Nelly in that 103. And it's Terry Scott, Andrew Miller, Silver Bullet, and Magoo, your top 10 here for the restart. Then it's Monty Keller in the 028 and 32, Bo Slatton. Eli in that 114. 54, nicest guy around. It's Robbie Nicest. And then the 81, Tim Huston, Brain Fade, your field coming off the pit lane. Furco retire? Did he take his car behind the wall? Or am I just missing?
Don't know. Let me look.
Field makes their way off of turn number 4. Pace car going to come down the pit lane. We get ready to go back. Green flag racing from the lap 21 of 125. Hawken with control here on the restart. Green flag. We're back underway here from Phoenix, and another great jump by the 029.
Yeah, KJ got him another good jump out there. Don't know if he's going to clear him coming off, but it's going to be a tight race.
Both guys loose coming off of turn number 2. KJ up the track. Hawkins going to grab the lead here through the dog leg. Still not clear of that 029 down into 3. AJ hanging tough on the outside, going to get it in line, make a crossover attempt, not going to be able to get there. And now we just saw, Brian, that we can run side by side here at Phoenix, albeit for just a lap.
Just for a lap or 2. Yeah, Brandon looked like he's got it out front where he wants to be at. Now he's going to make him chase him.
See, he's waving out the rear view Nana Nana Boo Boo.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the field for
Brandon.
most. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say Brandon got to run now, and he'll get settled in there and run his line, and he won't pay much attention to them guys in the back. Because the guys in the back behind him, KJ and them guys, they're not going to run over him, so all he's going to do is just get in his groove and sit there and ride.
That's the most dangerous thing you can do is let Brandon be up front and kind of set the pace.
Oh, yeah. He is so smooth on that wheel.
You know, he played, like, I remember this a couple years ago, he was talking about wheel settings and stuff, and that's a big thing for drivers here, especially in NR 2003. The wheel settings. And he went into this whole diatribe about these, you know, setting with the linearity, right? Like all these basic things, and then going into precise, you know, decimal size calculations about what he needed the wheel to be set up as, and it helped him with the iRacing with the tire wear. Was the big thing, was where it originally came from, and then brought it over here to NR 2003. Hasn't looked back since.
Yeah. Well, I know him and Ricky J spent a lot of time together. Ricky J is the same way. As far as his wheel setting and stuff, he is very technical on it. He just has not got the patience or is quite as smooth as Brandon is, but he's came a long ways from where he started.
How do you feel about your driver that you got in that 193 car? Win the championship last night in the Cup Series?
You mean Kathy's driver?
That's right, Kathy's driver.
That's right, yeah. She told me she was going to replace me next year.
With who?
I don't have a clue. She's got several drivers out there that she could put any of them in a car.
I have a feeling that doesn't go over well in the homestead.
Nah, it don't bother me at all. I'll go find me an old junker somewhere, ride in the back.
There you go. Oh, we're having some fun here tonight. We always have a bunch of fun on JTN. Got a bunch of great races coming up for you. Presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together we are better, always better when you're tuning in here on a weeknight, weekend, right here on JTN. Next broadcast up for us is, of course, November the 8th. That's Monday. The Indiana 200 with the ASRA IndyCar Series. Join us from Indianapolis at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time for that one. Going to be a fun night of racing there. Then it's the All-Star Racing Cup Series, Race 2 of the Round of 8 from the Kansas Speedway, November the 10th. November 17th, All-Star Racing Cup Series from Martinsville, the elimination race for the Round of 8 for those guys. Coverage, again, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time, so just mark that number down for these next couple Wednesdays. Hobo Racing Modifieds from the Bullring West, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time, November the 18th. Then November 20th, the USORL Retro Series from the Pensacola Super Speedway. Coverage beginning there at 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time on a Saturday night under the lights. You're not going to want to miss any of those races. Make sure you subscribe right here on JTN.
All right. We got Brandon Hawkins still out in the lead. Got KJ in second. Heath McDaddy in third. Greg Lovell running fourth. Mike Coulon running fifth. Nelly running sixth. Andrew Miller in seventh. Got Silver Bullet in 8th, Magoo in 9th. You got Brain Fade running 10th, T. Hudson 11th, and Bo Stanton in 12th, Eli in 13th, Robbie Nisus in 14th, and there we go. We just got 14 cars left. Where'd they go?
They disappeared on us. Have never seen that. You know, they just...
I neither.
What are they doing? I wish I had a car that just disappeared. It'd be pretty cool.
You know, we just got one a lap down, and Perko did retire. LT Hudson a lap down.
So involved in that incident coming off of turn 4. Still single file, though, throughout the field. Battle for the lead starting to heat up a little bit. KJ starting to try to reel Brandon in here for the lead. You talked about it. You wanted to sweep these races here this week, and just... Obviously, Brandon won last night, so that's off the table, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I bet Brandon's got a little different idea on who's going to get the 2.
I think Keith wants to make it 1 for everybody.
You let Mac Daddy have a chance at it, and I guarantee he'll back him a bit up there.
Might throw it in a little deep down into 1 on our late race restart.
Oh, yeah. Bet you. Well, you got the top 3s about 2 seconds ahead of 4th place, Greg Lovell there. Top 3s run right there together, and then you got 4th through 6th, 7th. They're all right there, and they got their own little pack running together, racing for position.
We're like kind of racing in pairs right now. Everyone's got a partner. Then there's Magoo back here at back half of the top 10. He's all by himself.
Yeah, Magoo, he's just out there having a blast. Man, he's home and out here racing and having a blast with his buddies. He don't care if he wins, loses, draws. He just loves to race with these guys and hang out, have a good time. Looks like old KJ tried to put a little bit more pressure on Brandon this time. He must have made a slight adjustment when he went in the pits.
What do you think that adjustment would be? Was it just, are you only playing with wedge? Are you just making little adjustments, big swings? You know, what early on in the race, are you more inclined to maybe make those big changes, or are you just kind of fine-tuning things?
I probably just fine-tuning things. I know he got there, wasn't very about 10 laps or so into that first run. He was starting to get real loose coming off, so he might have dropped that track bar maybe a click or maybe a little air pressure adjustment.
Try to just tighten it up a little bit on exit. And,
yep, just a little on exit, yep.
And I mean, we were seeing, I mean, he was dirt tracking it coming off of especially turn number 4. We saw the 81 have the issues off turn 4. Is that going to be the trouble spot here tonight?
I think once the guys get him dialed in a little bit, he looks a lot better than he was. He looked like he got a little bit tight right there. He might have tightened her a little bit too much and just missed his line maybe. But he's also running right behind Brandon too, so it could have been a little bit of aero push. You see he's dropped down a little bit lower coming off the corner now.
How big of a factor is that aero push on the like, you know, everyone talks to this as a short track. It's not a short track, but it's also not an intermediate. Is that aero push, is it more like an intermediate track through the corners, or what is that like behind the wheel?
Anytime you got a car that's up behind somebody else, you see he's changed his line where he wasn't coming off right behind him, because you take the air off of the nose of that car and it will make it try to push out the wall where it loses the downforce. And as he's making a move for the lead, look at there.
He takes it nice and easy. KJ by for the lead. Hawkin looking to the inside down into turns 1 and 2. So where this 99 feels like he might be a little bit better, but KJ going to have that outside line, going to get the momentum coming off the corner. They're still going to be, Hawkins still keeps the nose in there going down into turn 3.
Yep, them two racing side by side. Look who's got up there in third right behind him. Wait.
He's licking his lips right now.
Yes, he is. He's licking them chops.
KJ finally gets clear of Hawkin. Now he sets sail, he's going to try to pull away from these guys, and he's getting really close there to the back bumper of the 99 down to 1.
Yeah, you got second place. It's tightened up a little bit now. You got brain phase as well. Terry Scott in 8th, so they're getting a little bit closer there.
And you talked about Brain staying out, leading that lap, so it's got the 2 points on him. So if he can get up to 10th, 9th, even, he would. If he gets up to 9th, doesn't even have to worry about a tiebreaker. 10th then has to worry about the tiebreaker. So
yeah, I think he's going to have to be within one position of Terry, because I believe Terry's got a couple wins this year.
yeah.
So he'll have to at least finish right behind Terry Scott to be able to keep that position.
Hey, that's better than having to beat him, though.
That's right.
Coming into tonight, he was going to have to finish in front of him, even though he had the 1 point. Now, Terry stays out, leads the lap. That's where things get a little tricky.
Yep. Then they're right back where they started the race at.
AJ out front in this Star Wars Lego Camaro SS. It's always funny seeing that Yoda on the hood.
Yeah, it is.
So, like, some of these guys, you know, they take their cars and they paint them and they act like they're, you know, real racers. And then you got guys out here that they just throw a bunch of characters on the side of the car. They make it fun for the kids at home.
Hey, man, that's what it's all about. Make it fun for the kids.
Sean Whitehill in chat. That's a rarity. Brandon getting passed for the lead under green. Yes, it is. Look, AJ did it. Did it with ease.
I ain't sure Brandon getting it just back up just a little bit. Just to try to feel KJ out and see what he does have.
You gotta think the gears are turning right now behind the wheel of that 99, trying to figure out what adjustments he needs to make.
And you got Terry Scott back here going by Magoo for getting on around him. Puts him up into 7th place. And as I say there goes Silver Bullet around Magoo.
Not Eli.
Oh, was that Eli?
It is.
Wasn't it?
I thought you said you knew these guys better than I do.
Well, I'm on my little laptop computer and this screen ain't real great. Need my glasses.
Helps that I've been staring at these cars for about, what, 7-8 months now.
I'm telling you. Been staring out the windshield of that big truck way too many laps.
How is that going right now? I know, you know, let's take a step away maybe from the sim racing for a second. I know there's been a lot of talk about the trucker shortage and stuff. How is that going right now?
I don't know, but I got all I can stand. I can tell you that right now. We us rolling just as hard as we'll roll.
Is that a fun life on the road? Is it?
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's just something, yeah, just like anything else. I mean, I like it out. I like being my own boss and getting up when I want to get up and go where I want to go and, you know, push as hard as I want to push or take it a little easy or whatever. It's just a lifestyle, and it's a good job for somebody who don't mind driving.
Guys up front, they don't mind driving fast around the Phoenix Raceway here tonight. Brandon's kind of reeling KJ back in a little bit. Seeing him taking a different line right now through turns 3 and 4. Going a little bit higher, trying to arc it down. KJ is still trying to wrap the bottom.
Yeah, I figured that Brandon was just going to maybe not. No, KJ was probably wanting to run harder than Brandon did. As we say that, there goes Brandon at the bottom trying to get under KJ.
See? That's the next lesson you gotta learn. Once you say something, they just do the complete opposite thing.
Well, yeah, see, that we control what they do. All we gotta do is just talk about it, and they'll do the opposite.
Exactly.
Typical race car driver.
They never listen.
And there we go. KJ diving back to the bottom under Brandon. And here comes Mac Daddy trying to take a look on the inside of Brandon.
And making a crossover here through the dog leg, trying to get that 99 to the inside. He's going to be side by side going down here into 3 and 4. They're both running each other's lines. Now it's a battle to see who can run the other guy's line better. Brandon, he's clear with the lead, but not clear of the 029 coming off turn 4. Give that lap to KJ.
Yeah, buddy. Look at Mac Daddy sitting there. Them guys running hard side by side, burning their stuff up. Man, he's loving this.
You're saying he's a fan of good racing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, looky here. 3 wide.
He thought about it. Thought about sending it. Still side by side for the lead. KJ gonna get the run off the top. Give him that lap again, so he still holds serve on that outside line. Hawkin on the bottom. Gets a little loose there through 1 and 2. A little loose again through the center. But still, he's just holding.
Yep. They're just holding side by side. It's like the, man, I tell you, this is a race. They're using their tires up, and as you can see, Mac Daddy is right there waiting.
He was to the inside of KJ there, but he decided not to press the issue down into 1 and 2.
Now, he knows his tires are going to be in a lot better shape than theirs are. So he's just holding on a little bit later. Got my Huron running up there in 4th now. And
Andrew Miller coming down the pit lane.
Andrew Miller, yep, pit lane. So I'd say we're probably getting close to around the pit stop starting.
Now we saw last night they did it on 2 stops, right? They took it easy, did it on 2 stops. Then we got the caution late, so they came down for a 3rd. Seems like they're going to try to do the same strategy here tonight because they could have ran for almost 20 more laps. 10 more laps at least.
Yep. Nelly's on pit lane. Andrew Miller got his coming off. Deli coming out. Got brain fades up to 8th now.
You have to think maybe the strategy there with the 49 is to stay out, hope for a caution.
That's usually brain fade or run it out as far as he can run it. Yeah. That's about all you can do, is just run them out as far as you can. You just have to come in for fuel or tires and just hope there's a caution comes out.
Is that your preferred strategy? To kind of long pit?
That's usually the way I do the same thing. I just ride and save my tires and stuff and try to stretch it as far as I can and hope when everybody else pits a caution comes out. I've been fortunate a few times and got real good finishes out like that.
Rain hits the eject button. He comes down the pit lane for his stop. Brandon Hawkin still out front, I do believe.
Yep, Brandon done stepped on out there a little ways.
So this is what we saw last night. Brandon took his car farther than everyone else. Guys behind him, they pit a couple laps before he did. It worked last night. Does it work as good with the CTS physics?
I don't know that it will tonight. As good as all 3 of those guys are and as close as they're running together, it's not like it was last night. Brandon kind of got away from them a little bit, you know, after about 10 laps. But tonight, they've been all over him, you know, back and forth the whole race. So he is actually going to be losing a little bit of lap times here, them guys coming out on fresh tires. So we'll have to see when he pits where they're at whenever he comes back out.
Just likes to make us think.
Yeah, he's good at that, making us have to get the calculator out here.
Man, I thought I was done with school for the week. I'm done with
I'm
them
telling
dang calculators. Here he comes to the pit lane. Now I can throw it away. Well, it looks like, Brian, your PR guy, snuck another Voiles trucking driver up here in the booth. We're joined now, the driver of the 193, our 2021 Cup Series champion, Mr. Ricky J. Ricky, got that headset on?
Oh, did I pick this headset up and sneak in here? Oh, I totally didn't know.
Bristol didn't do a good job guarding the door, did he?
No, he did not. I just had to sneak in when I heard Brian was in the booth tonight.
Watch Hawken coming off pit lane. KJ, though, gets way out in front of him.
That's about what I thought. I thought Brandon might play in the same strategy he played last night. Won't work like it did. I mean, he's got a lot of ground to make up now because KJ is real good at pitting. So as close and tight as they've been running the whole race, I was afraid Brandon might make a mistake staying out longer.
Yeah, I think it was exactly what you said. They were close on that run when they made their pit stops, right? They weren't so far spread out like they were last night, where Brandon had about a 6-second lead over second place to where he could kind of use that. KJ, he's built up a 4, 5, 6 second lead here on this run, so just because he pit earlier, that's a big thing. I mean, that's just a big thing right there.
All right, now here's what KJ's got to take his time and not overdrive the car and save his tires a little bit and just kind of watch the pace back there, keep him in his mirror, you know, and see, keep the gap about even without abusing his tires. And he'll be in great shape for the next pit stop.
Brandon might be in a better position than you think here. It's definitely going to be a matter of who's got the better car and who can just run more consistent laps. He's got plenty of time to run him down and ain't as far behind as you think.
Ricky, how did I know you'd be on Brandon's side?
Because based on my calculations, he's got like 6 laps fresher tires and he's Brandon.
That's that little argument for those Alabama football teams. Oh, it's Alabama. Must be good.
Also, if you guys missed, the number 28, Mac Daddy, he had some issues getting on the pit road and lost quite a bit of time. So now it's just turned into a match between these two.
You know, I never thought someone that snuck into the booth, stole one of our headsets, would be so rude. Never thought.
Kind of what I was thinking.
Never what I thought.
You know what? I think I'm going to have a talk with his team.
Might need to. Might need to get him a new PR person.
I guarantee you, Miss Kathy will straighten him out.
You know, as soon as I say that, KJ probably heard me because he's picked up the pace just a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of elevated right now, but there's still a lot of time left.
Of course he heard ya. Of course he heard ya. Everybody
Yes.
heard ya.
I have a feeling he did.
Now we're spread out here. No big battles on track right now. Field
You
single.
know, we got Terry Scott running in 6th and Brains back to 11th now.
Well, and we talked about it. You talked about Brain, his conservative nature, especially early on in these races, how it might come back to bite him, and we're already seeing that because if Terry's up in 6th, yeah, Brain led the lap, but that's, you know, oh, it's only 5 positions, but these cars, they're so spread out right now under green, and I mean, you can always go a lap down, and then sometimes that's the backbreaker.
Right. And Terry's always good at things also. He always runs a good smooth lines, and he's pretty good about saving his stuff here. So Brain, with the track distance they got between them, if it goes green, Brain will absolutely have his work cut out to be able to catch Terry.
Level into the wall there, further on back behind this 66, back front a little bit. Andrew Miller trying to run down this 199 of Mike Coulong for 4th.
Now, right now, Brain, well, he's finally got to the inside of him, but he's about 3 or 4 laps trying to figure out a way to get around T. Hudson there, and finally got by him. He's lost a lot of time doing it.
How frustrating is that? Either one of you. How frustrating is that when you get kind of stuck behind a guy? Obviously, you don't want to make any contact. You don't want to move him out of the way, but you kind of here at Phoenix, it's so hard to pass. It's really a one-group racetrack.
Yeah, during the season, it's not too bad. You know, you just ride. You don't think too much about it. But considering what's on the line tonight, you know, Brain's got to be right there with Terry Scott at the end of this thing, and a lap car holding him up. Of course, the lap car's got just as much right to run as he does, but you know, he still gets frustrating, even though you try not to be that way.
It's just a matter of having patience and, you know, just timing your moves the best you can. And, you know, if you got the better car, you got the better car, so it usually helps out.
One of these days, I just want someone to go in on a lap car. Just say that they're not supposed to be on the track. They need to get out of the way. I just want to hear what race car driver actually say what they're thinking. Because I know that's not what you're thinking behind the wheel when you're behind that guy. Don't lie to me. Can't lie to me. Been behind the wheel of one of those race cars before, too. Wasn't very good, but was behind the wheel of the race car.
Got Bo Stanton look like having a little bit of issue there. Transponder, he's a little bit all over the place.
I always like seeing a good magic show on a Friday night.
Yeah, I think KJ wasn't very fond of that about a half a lap ago. Whenever he was going under beside him. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Play that stabling out for him back there. He's running by himself, though. He's all good.
BSR Review gets kind of up to the wall there, but it looks like he keeps it going, and now Brandon's going to slip right underneath him also.
Right now, this gap, too, for the latest, it's staying pretty static. I mean, KJ, he's just in now. Of course, he gets loose on exit. You know, when we pit, we're going to have to do 2 stops, or we're going to have to do 1 more stop before the end of this race. Does Brandon maybe try to short pit KJ this time?
That's a strategy that we'll find out here in a few laps, because they're not very far from making another pit stop here with another about 10 lap.
If it were me, I would simply base it off how he does in this run. If he's able to get up to KJ and he's able to get by KJ before he pits, then I would definitely still try to stay out a couple more laps in him, and maybe not as much as last time, but still have that tire advantage going in his favor. But if you can't get to him here, it's definitely an option.
Well, it's going to be an option for him on pit cycles, and boy, howdy, do we have some options for you in the new wardrobe department. Head on over to the JTN merch store now. You can get your JTN race car merch. Got 2 variations of that design available, with the black JTN Network race car and the white JTN merch store race car, now available on t-shirts, hoodies, and as well as in stickers. Head on over now. JTN merch store, got a link down in the description below.
Brandon's running a little bit better. He's about a 10th a lap is what I've been seeing here the last few laps. But he's still got a long ways to go to get up there to him.
Well, and if we're going to be coming to those pit stops, too, I mean, yeah, if he's gaining that 10th now, that's great, but once we come and take new tires, we reset the run, and we've seen how good that KJ is on the short run.
This pit stop's definitely going to be key in how this scenario turns out. I'm never going to bet against that 99 car, but KJ, he's wicked fast here, and he always has been.
Now, KJ's been running pretty consistent, 28-1, and Brandon's been running 27-9s. They've both been pretty consistent, about 1/10 a lap. Every lap is what Brandon's been getting on him.
Just not going to be enough time before this run's over.
Yeah, that's the minimal he's probably going to be having to gain here, but as the tires get old, you got to wonder in the back of your head, as we reach into the fuel window what KJ is going to do.
I guarantee you right at the moment, both of them is up on that wheel and focused. Got KJ coming up on some lap cars right now. See if that has any effect on their gap there.
He's about to get a little spicy as he tries to get by these guys. They're going to stay high for him. Aw, how nice of them. Just race them. Come on. Wreck them. Do something.
Yeah, they just kind of moved up out of the way and let him go.
Man, I'm telling you, as a TV person, the amount of no drama, it breaks my heart.
Unless you was the guy trying to get around.
Oh, you know, then you gotta get out of the way, right?
That's right.
Yeah, we gotta get that JTN number 2 on the track and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take it over for you, Joe. You can race today if you want.
There's a reason Bristol doesn't let me race for my own team anymore. He does it all. He produces here. He runs our day-to-day operations. The race team, a design store, and of course here on JTN, it's just he does it all. He's a super good boy.
Right now,
Got
it
him
looks
coming
like
back up on some more lap cars. KJ got a little loose coming off there.
Maybe he's getting a little scared.
Brandon did close a little bit more than it's at that time. He is reaching his draft threshold now. He's definitely closing in.
Yeah. We all know who you're rooting for. Very unbiased of you. Brian, you know, we talked about it. I said anyone can do this job, right? You just got to step into the JTN booth, then you're at perfection from the drop of the hat. I don't think that's true anymore. I think my theory's been disproven.
Well, it was a good theory. It was a good theory till he showed it.
Yeah, until I decided to hijack a headset, just barge in here and do nothing but talk about the 2 liters. I don't know. I'm just emotional support.
No, that's
Okay,
Bristol.
he got by the lap cars pretty good. See how Brandon does on his trying to get around them.
Now the thing is, they usually let the second place guy on by a little bit easier. You know, sometimes they put up a little more of a fight for the leader. See what a little silver bullet does here. We head down to 1 and 2 because I think that's where Hawkins going to have an opportunity to get around him. Maybe not pulling as quick as I thought he would down the straightaway. But like you said, Ricky, I mean he's within sniffing distance of that draft. I just wonder if it's going to be too little, too late.
You just wonder now, is KJ gonna pit? Is he gonna stay out and try to hold out a little bit longer so he doesn't have to worry about his tires aging and getting really old? You don't know. Looks like Matt's gonna kind of hold him up here in the 4 car.
Okay, level down the pit lane. He was the first to pit under the first cycle. First to come down the second time.
Now we got Kerry Scott 6th and Brain Fade running 11th. So it really hasn't changed too much as far as the points go.
And you're loving that if you're on the 66 pit box, and you're hating it if you're on the 49s box.
Yeah.
I mean, the big thing is later on we get into this race, the less time, the less opportunities you're going to have to try to make up those positions, make up those points. Not the recipe for success here tonight. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we're live here with the season finale for the Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series. I almost said Cup Series out of habit, but we're here from the Phoenix Raceway. I'm Joe Townetwork, joined by special guests, Mr. Brian Voiles and Mr. 2021 Cup Series champion here at Bomb Squad Racing.
And the caution is out. The caution is out.
Got Eli coming around there.
This changes everything. It's about the same time the caution came out last night.
The thing that was different last night is we made our last stop of the night before that caution came out. Then we made our actual last stop. But we made the last stop. You get it. Here's a replay.
Yeah, it made us.
Eli just going for a little blooper of a spin again. It's the same thing we saw earlier on. But that's really gonna allow Keith MC, old Mac Daddy, to get back up with that top three. We know he's got some pace. It's also gonna get Brandon Hawkin and KJ right next to each other here for a restart.
Yeah, I know this is what KJ wasn't. I know he was probably hoping it would stay green.
That's the problem though. You hope it does something and then it never does.
Oh yeah. This is going to tighten everybody back up. What you're going to see here in these last 35 laps or so, if Brain's going to push a little bit harder to try to get up there and stay with Terry.
Is he 1 or 2 laps down right now?
He is 1 lap down. Look like Magoo's in for the lucky dog. We'll see what they say in officials.
Lead lap cars on the pit lane. Oh, they're revving the motors. They're trying to get ready to go. I would not be doing that. That's how you blow it up. Oh, race off pit road. Hawkin gets it by virtue of that first pit stall.
The power of the first stall prevails, but this caution, as it always does, is going to shake things up.
Good evening to the state of Georgia. He said good evening from in chat, so we say good evening too. State of Georgia's probably rocking right now, though. You're a Bulldogs fan, you got the #1 team in the country, Atlanta Braves. Congratulations on the World Series. Chase Elliott, of course, is your 2020 Cup Series defending champion. Supposedly, they say that Georgia sports curse is lifted. Don't know if I buy it just yet.
Brain Fade come down and taking 4 tires and fuel, so he's not going to do the lucky dog.
I think he almost had to. Right? Because then you're hoping for either another caution or you're going to have to come down under green and you're going to lose more time. Instead of maybe being a lap or 2 down.
Right.
There are issues on the pit lane.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, the way it's looking right now, it definitely appears that BSR Brain Fade is probably going to need another caution, regardless, to get back on the lead lap.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance. There's always a chance. It's just a matter of the circumstances go his way.
Yeah, I think Silver Bullet #4 car is going to be our lucky dog.
You don't want to give it to Magoo?
Well, I'm looking at the times there. I know the 4 car called in the longest line.
Well, it's looking like Andrew Miller in the 86 and the 54 of Robbie Nieses. Looks like they're both going to take waiver rounds here. I know Andrew Miller just happened to pit a couple laps before that caution came out, so his tires shouldn't be too bad. Kind of has no choice here. He's only 1 lap down.
Gotta do it. As we line up here for the restart, it's going to be Hawkin, KJ, Coulon, Keith MC, Nelly, Terry Scott, your top 6 here for the restart.
Oh, Magoo fell out.
Oh, no.
No!
He gone.
He disappeared. Brandon Hawkin, BSR Kilojoules, Mike Coulon, Mac Daddy. Let's see what you got.
Pace car is off. Hawken with control here on the restart. Green flag, we're back underway. KJ once again with a great jump on the restart.
Get a clear. Brandon Hawken going into turn 1. He gets a huge launch coming off the turn 2 here.
Two, 3 car length gap back to Hawken as we head down into turns 3 and 4. KJ's best friend right now is old Mac Daddy in that 28 as caution is out once again. Couple cars
like
around.
BSR Greg Lavelle is involved, and so is Robbie Niesis. BSR
Yeah,
Silver
looked like
Bullet.
the silver car got loose. Silver bullet.
He gets loose, goes around. Greg nowhere to go. Andrew Miller caught up in that.
Magoo's back.
And because of that car brain, it looks like he's going to be the lucky dog. So it definitely went his way.
Now, does he have to bark when he gets the lucky dog?
Only twice.
Okay.
Yes, only twice.
There's one more time.
They got to be St. Bernard barks. They can't be little Chihuahua barks.
We don't go for those little dog barks here.
Nah.
It's going to be interesting to see as the laps wind down. They went single file pretty quick there throughout the top 10. However, even though this track is hard to pass at, it's going to be interesting to see what these guys are going to be able to do with a shorter run. See if anybody else can get up there into the fray and possibly try to go up there and win this thing.
Man, it is. Things are changing very quickly right now. And I'm scared.
It's always a grand mystery.
You always got to shake things up at the end of these races, right? Can't just
Yeah.
let them be. Gives us an opportunity. Make sure if you haven't already, click that like button and subscribe to us right here on JTN. Got a bunch of great races upcoming for you, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies. Together, we are better. The Indiana 200, Monday night, November the 8th, for the ASRA National Championship from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll kick coverage off for that one. Then the All-Star Racing Cup Series heads to the Kansas Speedway, November the 10th. That's this upcoming Wednesday. Coverage there, 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time as well. All-Star Racing Cup Series from Martinsville the following Wednesday, November the 17th, 9:05 p.m. Eastern for that one. And it's the Hobo Modifieds from Bullring West on November the 18th, 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time for that one. November the 20th, we do some Super Speedway racing from the Pensacola Super Speedway with the USORL Retro Series, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time. All those races, of course, live only on JTN. It's weird not seeing like 3 or 4 Bomb Squad races on there. Now that season's over.
That'll be okay. You're gonna have a full season next year of them.
Hey, I'm not saying that I don't want a break, because I definitely need a break.
I can promise you, all these guys out here that ran all season long, they're ready for a little break themselves.
Yeah, how much is that? I mean, racing 3 nights in a row. I mean, that's got to take a toll.
Oh, it does. Guys get tired by the end of the seasons. Their tempers get a little short and stuff. But you know, with the group of guys that we have here, man, they pretty much hold on all year long and just wait for that little break. We got a real good group of guys that always out here having fun and enjoying themselves.
Always enjoying themselves, and if you want to find out more and you want to enjoy some racing, in this grand old league, head on over to bombsquadracing.net. Got it linked in the description below as well to find out more about how you can race here with the Bomb Squad Racing League. Field comes off a turn number 4. Dodge Charger pace car going to make the hard left turn down the pit lane. KJ with control on the bottom. Brandon Hawkin to his outside for the restart with 22 laps to go. Green flag, we're back underway.
Oh, Big Mac Daddy gets underneath there. They might have a little bit of a... Yep, sure do. 1 and 2. KJ and Matt... Oh,
Spoke too soon.
Mac Daddy got loose coming off.
Brandon Hawkin back to the inside with the crossover as they're heading into turn 3, but KJ, that's exactly what he wants to see. They get a huge jump going into turn 3.
You like it
Brandon
when
clears him again. Not able to make it happen right here.
you like it when they're racing in your mirror. You don't like it when they're racing next to you.
Not at all.
Oh, KJ's loving this. Them two back there racing hard against each other.
That's going to make it hard on Brandon Hawkin now. This is exactly what KJ wants to see. Keep racing back there, you're saying. Keep racing back there.
Hawkins starting to reel KJ in here, coming off a turn number 4. Yellow flag out once again.
Can't tell what it was offhand.
Don't you love it when that happens?
Yeah. Then you have to take extra time to go back and find it.
Like Brain Fade gonna get spun around by the 81 of Tim Huston.
Ooh.
Not what Brain needed.
Oh, that's going to be a big shake-up there. Oh, and hard into the outside wall.
Damage doesn't look too bad though on the back end of that car. I have to think maybe an adjustment coming to tighten it up a little bit, but nothing too terrible.
There's definitely still a chance. It's all a matter of circumstance.
Chances just got less likely though.
More than likely.
More than likely, less likely.
We got pit stops. It looks like the 088. Oh, he's a lap down. I don't know why I do this.
Well, you don't do this. That's the thing.
I know. It's been a while.
Have all of our leaders down on the pit lane.
Looks like Mike Coulon and BSR Terry Scott take 2 tires. It's going to shake things up, as I said. Who knows what will happen now? Brandon beats KJ off the pit road.
Ba-ba-bow. That's what we've seen all night. Now they're going to have to start on row 2. They haven't had to do that.
Looks like we got a couple cars that might be staying out as well. Definitely a strategy option here in Phoenix, but with this many laps left, I don't know if it's going to work out too well for everybody. At 86 of Andrew Miller is now your leader.
Oh, brother. I get so nervous at the end of these races. So I've been behind the wheel of those cars before. I mean, we've all been in it. Brian, I know you and I probably haven't been as lucky as Ricky to have all these things, you know, fall into our laps. We always had to earn our victories.
Yeah, we ain't woke up with a golden spoon. Yeah. All I gotta say, this is real interesting.
Ricky, care to comment? I think it just got implied that you had a golden spoon.
I will not comment.
Not a silver spoon, a golden spoon.
I will just make sure to tag Brian in my screenshot that I take with my
Why do you think I gotta work so hard? That's why you can't talk to the damn dog.
We are on TV. Don't you do this.
Talked about those guys taking 2 tires on the pit lane. Well, the 86 Andrew Miller for a Silver Bullet, they stay out. That 81 of Huston, he stays out, but he is a lap down, so he's kind of up here. Hopefully, he's gonna concede some positions here. But Coulong, he lines up 4th on the restart, 3rd in the field, then Terry Scott, Brandon Hawken, KJ, Keith Dempsey, Nelly, and Brain Fade.
Who was it that took Brain out?
I believe it was that 81.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he should have went to the back.
Well,
That'll be interesting.
Flags will be thrown on the 81 as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing here from Phoenix. We're back underway. Good restart for the Ford. Already we're slicing and dicing.
Brandon got a good run. Hole opened up and he's gone.
Gone. We're 4 wide, 3 wide.
That was crazy. That's exactly what Brandon Hawken needed, though. He's got a huge advantage now on KJ and Mac Daddy. He's already had cars on older tires, and oh, they're going crazy now. BSR Silver Bullet, he slides up the racetrack along Brandon Hawken to go to the inside. They're almost forward.
We got it red. Car goes around.
No caution yet?
No, we got caution.
Caution is out now.
Nelly around off of turn number 2. Get you that replay. Now into turns 1 and 2. Looks like Nelly checks up a little bit. Lovell gets in a little hot, gets a little loose. Nelly's there. Maybe a little contact with that 144 Magoo, but I don't think anyone's too worse for wear. You're going back green with under 10 laps to go. That is a recipe for disaster. The gloves are about to come off.
Looks like BSR Silver Bullet gets the spot for the lead from Brandon Hawken there. It was really close there at the moment of caution. Probably going to go green with 8 or 9 laps to go. Anything could happen still here. That's for sure.
Terry Scott stayed clean through all this, keeping his car straight while Brain's been having woes.
Brain he's only back in 9th. I mean, he's within striking distance. Something goes awry here on the restart. And you can't get comfortable if you're the driver of that 66. This is exactly, I mean, Brian, this is exactly what you talked about. Brain, he just keeps taking the punches, he takes the punches, he rolls with them, and then eventually by the end of it, he's in position to strike.
Yes, he is. That Brain, like I said, he's all these guys out there. Oh, Brain, he just always laid back. He don't hardly ever push the issue, and he just lets it rolls the dice, and however they land, he's happy and ready to go.
Brain Fade always puts himself in a good position to take advantage of the opportunities, and he's definitely capitalized on a bunch of those this year, and that's why he's up here fighting in the top 3 in points.
It's just a battle. It's a battle. It's a fight. You want to win on. You want to finish on a podium, whether it be in the race or the overall season standings. All race car drivers like podiums to stand on. You ever stood on a podium? Either of you? I've stood on a podium. Scary. In front of a bunch of people, giving a speech. Terrifying. Terrifying.
I'll leave that to the professional.
I'm flattered. You think I'm a professional? 'Cause I am not. We're going to go back green with 10 laps to go here, though. We saw that last restart get really dicey. Now everybody's got that heat cycle on the tires. Things fixing to get a little crazier. Just have to wait and see. Restarting like this. Silver, Bullet, Brandon Hawkin, row 1. Then it's Mac Daddy, Keith Dempsey, Mike Coulong, row number 2. Row 3, it's going to be KJ and Neto29 trying to find his way around these guys after a bad pit stop. And a bad restart with Terry Scott to his outside. Magoo and Brain Fade make up row number 4. Andrew Miller and Greg Lovell make up row number 5 here for the restart, coming at you with 10 laps to go in this one from Phoenix. 10 laps to go in 2021 here for the Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series.
The TWB tend to go.
Oh, yeah. See, look at that. You're a natural. You're a natural, Brian. Ricky, on the other hand, he's awful. He's awful. This Ricky. Not my Ricky's good, but you're Ricky. You're Ricky.
You're going to have to have a talk with Bristol.
I am.
Yeah.
I think Bristol probably just thought, since Ricky's up here so often after the races, he just thought it was okay. I don't know. As we get ready to go back, green, silver, Bullet with control. Green flag, we're back underway. And of course, it's time for that TWV10 to go as we watch the restart down into 1. Mac Daddy to the inside of Brandon Hawkin. If he can get by, he's going to be in a good spot. He puts Hawkin in the wall.
Oh, contact. Brandon Hawkin in the wall. Silver Bullet on blue tires. So Mac Daddy to the inside of Silver Bullet going in the 3. That's exactly what the 029 needs. He's going to try to pass Hawkin also.
Oh, and contact again. Hawkin used up into the outside wall off of turn number 4. We stay green.
Yeah, like you said earlier, the gloves are off now.
They just went in for the kill shot on that 99, and don't look now, Brain Fade, he's almost to where he's just one spot behind Terry Scott. Back up front, though, it's Keith Dempsey, Mac Daddy. He's got the lead over KJ. Can that 029 reel him in for the win here tonight?
Mac Daddy kind of clips the apron there a little bit. Gonna allow him to slowly close in. He's got 7 laps to get there. Will he get there is the question.
Or will we see another caution? I mean, this late, we've kind of been plagued by those cautions late in the race here tonight. Just have to wait and see, because might not have to run those 7 laps. Gets a caution in 2 or 3. He'll be home free trying to park that car in victory lane here tonight.
He sure will. The way it's looking right now, PPR2, 1, 2, 3. Silver Bullet trying to hold off the fray. Pressure tires coming behind quick.
There's 2 tires on that 199, 4 on the 99. As Hawkin now to the inside.
Hungry.
Now he wants to get up to these 2 leaders because they used him up a little bit.
Mac Daddy gets loose there. KJ trying to capitalize and make a move here. He's probably going to die to the inside. Oh, he bumper grabs him. He's going to the apron. He gets to the inside.
Side by side down in turns 3 and 4. KJ on the bottom, Mac Daddy on the outside. One has a t-shirt on the JTN merch store, one does not. So one needs this win just a little bit more. KJ on the bottom, he gets that lap. Just 5 laps to go in this one.
Don't look too far back, guys, but I wouldn't run side by side for the rest of this one. You know that 99's going to be coming for revenge after that. He's hungry. I would be careful.
They're still using each other up right now, Brian. I mean, look at these guys. They're racing side by side. They're letting it all hang out here. 4 laps to go in this one.
Yep, Mac Daddy said 2 guys have had no. And he is going for it, diving her down into the turn.
He had all night to do that film study, right? I mean, you were talking about it. He was sitting behind them. He was watching their every move, seeing how they ran this track, and now he knows what to do late in the going. He's back to the inside of KJ down into turns 3 and 4. Gonna complete the pass. Can KJ get a crossover move here on the exit?
Yeah, but look real close behind him. Look who's right there on him. He's just about to
You guys hear that Jaws music going too?
Oh, absolutely.
Dun.
KJ getting a big run there off of turn number 2. 3 laps left in this one. He's to the inside of Keith, going down into 3 and 4. That 28's a little stronger on the outside than what the 029 was there, so this is maybe a little more preferential for both of these drivers. And while they race side by side, they get the 2 fingers, 2 to go this time at the line. Here comes the 99.
And Brandon 9 ain't holding nothing back. He was sideways coming off that last corner. He is back. He is in the hunt.
McDaddy is in position to win this thing. You just got to hold him off for 2 more turns. Coming off of 4 this time by. KJ's going to try to get a run underneath. Ain't going to quite get there.
White flag in the air. One final time here from Phoenix in 2021. One final lap to try to get one final victory this year. Keith's got the lead. KJ with the big set. He's into the wall.
Oh, KJ spins out.
Oh, and look who's going to take
Brandon gets through.
No.
Brandon.
Oh, Blaine gets caught up in it.
Oh, no.
Coming off of turn number 4, the 99 of Brandon Hawken. Where did he come from? Wins it at Phoenix.
What a... Teammates wreck each other going for the win.
What a crazy finish there. Brandon Hawken just sneaks through that, and he's able to get the win. Shout out to BSR Silver Bullet. He's going to get second after not taking tires on that pit stop.
And Terry Scott comes away second and fourth.
Wow.
My goodness.
Looks like McDaddy just ran there a little bit too hard. He gets loose. KJ's just in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and it puts him in the wall, and Brandon's just able to sneak right by them both, and he takes the win.
Yeah, KJ's at that point where he's committing to try to get that run on the outside off the corner. And just like you said, though, that 28, he's slipping up the track at that point. Tough lick there. That 49 almost went all the way through KJ's car.
Time ran out, and he had to take advantage of every run he could possibly get, and it just didn't quite work out there.
Brandon Hawken, he burns it down here. Winner for the second night in a row at Phoenix. And Nelly now bringing his car around. He'll do the burnouts. Your 2021 Xfinity Series champion. A quiet night for the champ, but a champion nonetheless.
He brought the car home, and he did everything in his power to just run consistent and have a good season. And you get credit for that no matter what. Get yourself, Nelly.
Well, a fantastic finish to this race here tonight. We'll interview our podium finishers as well as our 2021 Series champion. Can't thank you guys enough for tuning in here to JTN tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, though, you leave a like on the video and subscribe. You don't want to miss a second of the action right here on JTN.
You know, Joe, there ain't nothing more special than winning a championship. Your whole body of work, you know, all that time you spend working all year to race and be the best you can be, and for it to work out at the end, there ain't no feeling like that. No matter how many races you win, whether you win 15 races or you don't win any, there's just nothing like winning that championship and getting the job done. And Nelly's work paid off, and it's great to see him out here getting that burnout.
He burns it down. He'll go to our championship victory lane, and we'll talk with our top 3 drivers after this one momentarily. Those results on your screen. Bringing him in, driver of the 199 Corvette, Mr. Mike Coulong. Mike, you got a copy.
I got you.
What did you see there at the finish? Because we saw a lot of smoke, a lot of cars going everywhere. Did you? I guess
It was intense. The last 10 laps of that race were some of the most intense I've had in a while. So it was some great racing. Even the guys around me, and at the end, I guess call it a little bit of luck that there was an incident up there, and we were there ready to kind of capitalize on that.
They capitalized on that, but you had a strong night. You're running up inside that top 5, 6, 7 range all throughout the night. What does a strong run to end the season mean to you and your team?
It means a lot for my team, for my teammates, and for my sponsors, Sunbelt Rentals and Velocity Garage. Both groups have helped me along the way. So,
And
I'm still trying to get better. This is probably the best group of racers I've raced around, bar none. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm learning a lot as I go.
What was I know you were joining here, or at least we started seeing you later on in the season. What do you think the biggest lesson you took away from these last 10, 11 weeks was?
Other places I've raced, I felt like I sometimes would force people to get better because I like to practice a lot and try to improve. But in this group, I have to get better. So, it's kind of a switched role, and I really enjoy it. And, hopefully as next year rolls around, I can continue to improve.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be the hunter than the hunted. But
Yeah.
Mike, a fantastic run, 3rd place finish for you here tonight. Before we let you go, though, the floor is yours. Sponsors, family, friends, anyone you got to thank. Now's the time to do so.
My sponsors, Sunbelt Rentals, Velocity Garage, AJ Snyder. AJ's been involved in my racing career in the SCCA and different places outside of online racing. Great friend. And my teammate Sean Fredericks. He's been invaluable, and we're both trying to improve and work on our craft. So thank you very much.
Mike, thank you for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Again, congratulations on the 3rd place run here tonight.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Mike Coulong, driver of the 199. Again, your 3rd place finisher from Phoenix. Well, hey, let's go ahead and let's bring in driver number 2 on the pylon, Mr. Silver Bullet. Hey, Bullet. What?
Yes, sir.
Did you think that the staying out call was going to work that good?
I barely had any wears on my tires, so I was looking at that. I was good on fuel, and I was going for it.
Hey, last race of the year, right? The checkers are wreckers at that point. You don't need these cars next year.
Well, you never know.
Let's talk about the finish of that race, though, because it seemed like the seas parted there at the end for you guys as those two leaders wrecked. What did you see behind the wheel? What did you see on those final couple restarts? How much did the intensity level ramp up?
Well, one thing I've learned from Wednesday when we were racing trucks, I figured out exactly when the restart zone is. And by saying that, I knew I was able to restart exactly where the restart was. And when I seen Brandon behind me, and I was like, oh, cool. And then, then of course I had Keith coming crawling up. And then when Keith got by me, sorry, hold on. When Keith got by me, it was like, not a problem. KJ got by me, not a problem. I'm thinking, I'll take a 3rd, not a problem. And then I did everything I could to keep Brandon behind me, but that didn't work out. So, and then when Keith and KJ wrecked each other, I was like, oh, doesn't this work out?
I mean, it worked out for a few of you guys there at the end. Those two racing really hard. Everyone racing hard there at the end, but ending off the season, I asked the same question to Mike as kind of the generic question here, since we're ending 2021. A good finish can give you a lot of momentum heading into the offseason, can kind of leave you with some good thoughts on the year. What was the biggest takeaway, though, here in 2021 for you and this 4 team?
Everything that I've learned from my pretty much BSR, Um, everything I've learned from like Ricky J, KJ, Keith, learning from a lot of those guys, racing with them all the time. That's basically what I've improved over the years. And with that, it's great knowledge to learn from people like that in racing.
Hey, it was great to watch you guys out here. Whether it be the Cup Series every week or when we got to do the truck races and the Xfinity races here on Friday night. Can't thank you enough for taking the time to talk with us. But before we let you go, you've been up here before. You know the drill. Floor's yours.
Yes, and like I was saying, thank you BSR for putting on all these great races. Thanks for all the admins for doing what they do throughout the year. I would like to thank my teammates that I've had through the year, through the whole entire year of everything. And thank you, JTN and Joe, and for the broadcast. Glad I found you back in May for my birthday race, and might be doing something like that maybe next year again. So we'll see. But thanks again. It was a great race. Loved it. We had fun.
Hey, it was a great race. It was a great season. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. It's always weird to call you Silver Bullet,
Yeah, maybe next year I'll put, I'll change it to my real name.
Maybe.
We never know. Maybe.
But Bullet's fun to say. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and congratulations once again on the second place finish.
Thank you.
He's our Silver Bullet, your second place finisher here tonight from Phoenix. Well, we've talked with our second and third place finishers. I believe that means it's time to bring in our race winner for the second night in a row, although tonight not the dominant performance that you had. Driver the number 99, Brandon Hawken. Brandon, thanks for joining us, but I kind of drug you in here, but there's two things that happen there, right? You get used up a little bit on that late race restart, and I know you're gonna be like all nice about it and it's okay, but it's not, right? Were you seeing red there?
Oh, maybe a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I still have to go look at it again, but yeah, I was racing hard because like, yeah, I didn't want to. I kind of wanted to like go through the middle 3 wide there, and then there was a bit of a tap on NR. If you just get a little bit of a bump, it just sends the outside car straight to the wall. So yeah, I don't blame anybody on that. And then the corner right after, we had a little bit of contact. I don't know whose fault that was, but but yeah, like I know none of it was intentional, so it was all good. And yeah, so last I guess, I don't know, like 8-10 laps or whatever it was. I was just trying to hit my marks every corner, and once I saw KJ and Keith go side by side there, I thought, I might still be in this. So once they got side by side for a few laps, yeah, I was able to make some ground, and coming into the last lap, they made a bit of contact coming out of 2, and I guess, yeah, doors kind of just opened up there. Almost got collected in it, but yeah, just kept my foot in the gas because I didn't know what kind of run Keith was still going to have. So yeah, I just kept my foot in it, made a little bit of contact. But yeah, I was able to have enough momentum to make it around. And yeah, man, I was a little bit frustrated there. I don't know, like to be it myself or anybody else, but whatever, it didn't really matter in the moment. I was just trying to go get as many positions as I could, and once I got side by side there, it started looking a lot better. So yeah, I'm happy to come home with that. That was really hard fought, especially with KJ in the opening part of the race. We had that really long green flag run, and that was going to be interesting to see how that worked out as well. And yeah, just a ton of fun. Like that was, I had to really work for that one, so that was a lot of fun.
You pretty much just took every single question I had for you. But tonight was more of a battle for you and this 99 team. You still had the speed, qualified on pole and whatnot. How much though was that qualifying on pole? How much did it help? Because it seemed like, I mean, you got the lead on pit stops, under caution pit stops every single time. How much importance did you place on qualifying here tonight?
I didn't do too much as far as my qualifying setup. I usually don't. Usually just yeah, like a couple little like weight adjustments or whatever can they can turn a good race setup into a good queue setup. So yeah, just kind of did that. And yeah, definitely the first pit stall definitely helped. Because yeah, on the restarts, I had to use sequential tonight because for whatever reason, NR only detects my shifter like half the time. So yeah, there's like a delay, like it keeps it in neutral for a little bit longer than you would if you're using the H pattern. So I was. Yeah, I was getting destroyed on restarts, but whenever a caution came, that was the silver lining to it, I guess. I could go into my pits, and I only had to drive about, I don't know, a couple inches, and was able to get the lead coming out of the pits every time.
That's that little extra detail, folks at home, that that you need to do if you want to win as much as Brandon does. But Brandon, once again, congratulations on the victory here tonight. It was a very successful last couple months for you over here at Bomb Squad. We talked about it last night. Know you're looking at more races for next year, but before we let you go, once again, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody at BSR, you guys in the JTN booth. I see you had a couple of guests here tonight, so that's pretty cool. And man, yeah, just a really fun race from everybody. Had a great battle there with Keith and KJ, and yeah, just yeah, looking forward to the winter season. I actually forgot that existed, so yeah, we're coming back for the winter season, so that should be fun. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Brandon, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Again, congratulations on the victory here tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Brandon Hockendraiver, the number 99, your race winner here tonight. Now we move on from our race winner to our championship winner, driver the number 103. Nelly, how does it feel to be a champion?
Feels pretty good.
I think that's an understatement. I mean, those burnouts, man. Those burnouts here tonight, you were feeling it out there.
Yeah, that was a good one. I was surprised myself.
I seen him last week out there practicing for several hours.
You're not supposed to tell them things, Brian. You know that.
Told you I was going to tell on you.
You know, Brian, he tells everything.
Yeah, I know.
But
oh, Ricky J's in here too.
I know it's a full booth, but
I kind of broke in.
It's okay. Everybody breaks in. Nelly,
it's all right.
With a season as a whole, right? It's unique. It's something we don't see in a lot of leagues anymore with the full season points championship and whatnot. Is it extra special to kind of win a championship this way, knowing that you were consistent all year long to win it, compared to maybe the resets and whatnot?
I've been racing for a long time to win a championship like this. So
is this
yes,
number one?
it is. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
First win. I came in second and third, but my first win.
Hey, look at that. Look at that. 2021 was the year of Nelly, because got a couple wins on TV too, right? So that's always good. But,
yep.
So winning the first championship, how does that improve your mindset maybe going forward for these championship runs? Does it give you that little extra bit of confidence? What does it do for you?
It just makes me want to push that much harder, get another one, try to get it in the Cup Series.
I mean, you were close this year, or at least you were the closest.
Yeah.
I ended up finishing third there at the end, just fortunate. And how
1
do you?
point.
I know. How do you balance that? You know, with the Cup Series kind of being Cup Series is a little different, right? You got a little bit more horsepower. The cars are maybe a little bit more on edge, just baseline. And here with the Xfinity cars, you're running CTS physics. You're maybe loosening up things a little bit more than you can because you got a little bit less horsepower. How do you do so good in both series and kind of balance those?
I have no idea. You just drive them, I guess. You got to drive them
No,
in order to handle them.
You already know how to do this champion thing. You don't give away your secrets. I like it.
Just take one day at a time.
One day at a time. That's a good
one race at a time.
Yeah. Well, you did that all season long. That one race at a time mentality built up to win a championship here. Congratulations once again on that. And before we send ourselves off for the 2021 off season, the floor is yours. You know the drill. Sponsors, family, friends. Floor is yours.
I want to thank Brian and Kathy first off, like what the medicine chest for sponsoring me, and all the other racers, Ricky, Chevy. Brian, I wish you could make more races, and everybody else that's out there racing with us. Well, and of course, Joe, you putting it on, televising it, so gotta have that.
It was our pleasure here at JTN to come cover these races. You guys did an amazing job all season. And Nelly, once again, congratulations. You're on being the 2021 Bomb Squad Racing Xfinity Series champion.
Thank you.
Nelly, driver. Look at him. Brian, what you got?
So congratulations, Nelly.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks
Good
again,
job,
Brian,
Nelly.
for putting this all on.
And Nelly, real quick, did you notice Ricky didn't congratulate you?
Yeah, I know.
I did.
They
I'm
did.
But, guys, once again, Nelly, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us after this one. Congratulations. Go soak in this championship.
Thank you, guys.
Nelly, your 2021 Xfinity Series champion. Well, folks, it was a fantastic night, and can't thank our two guests here tonight, Brian Voiles, Ricky J. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, or not tuning in, I guess, coming to the track here tonight. I know you both had different plans for the evening, but it was a great to see you up in the booth, and can't thank you enough for helping us out here tonight.
It was a great pleasure being up here. I had a lot of fun tonight, and I really, really, really look forward to the 2022 season of having JTN back for another full year of Cup racing here at Bomb Squad Racing.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Joe. It's been a fun ride, and I think next year's just going to be that much better.
See, Ricky, the reason I didn't realize it was you because, like, you switched mics on me for some reason, because you got to be a silly little Billy.
I may or may not be driving to work.
All right, well, you keep your eyes on the road like you did all season in the Cup Series. But, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight. Once again, a big thank you has to go out to all the guys here at Bomb Squad Racing, to BSR Kilojoules KJ for helping bring us out for tonight's race as the extra, to Brian and Kathy Voiles, obviously, for being such a big part of Bomb Squad, helping this, doing all the stuff they do for this league, and also bringing us out for the Cup Series season. It has been our pleasure here at JTN to put on these shows for you week in and week out. We can't thank you enough for your support, for tuning in every week. And we hope you guys enjoyed the show, and you got a little taste in your mouth. You want a little bit more. You're just going to have to wait a couple months here. But for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, I've been JoeTowNetwork. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight, and we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh, Maverick over!
Who is that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. So Musa gets it.